In the heart of the province of Chiapas is probably one of the most beautiful Pueblo Mágicos in all of Mexico. It's touristic, but it's beautiful in its own way. Welcome to San Cristobal. Today we've got a full day to explore San Cristobal. Now the town itself is actually not that big and we actually saw a lot of it yesterday, so we will explore a little bit of the city today, but we're also going to leave the city and go to a cool place outside, so hopefully everything's going to be amazing today. I can't wait to share the city with you because it is beautiful. It really is. It deserves to be a Pueblo Mágico. The weather looks nice today. It's a little bit chilly, but we are up in the mountains. San Cristobal is at an elevation of over 2,000 meters. So it is pretty cold here, but we're gonna go ahead and start exploring the city. Let's go and begin. I have to say, San Cristobal is without a doubt one of the most charming cities I've visited here in Mexico. Imagine if like Tepoztlan or Bernal, those little Pueblo Mágicos, but they were just all like expanded, like those one-floor buildings with all those Mexican decorations. That's what San Cristobal is about. It's really, really beautiful, and early in the morning, there's barely anybody here, but we're gonna head to a church and see what there is to see. Alright, we've come to the artisanal market because that's where there's a lot of shops and stuff to buy your souvenirs, but the main thing I wanted to see here was that thing right there. That's the Templo de Santo Domingo, which is like a main temple that's supposed to be really beautiful, but it's under restoration, so it's closed. It's not closed because of the pandemic, it's closed because it's under restoration. Same thing with the main cathedral of San Cristobal, which really, really sucks. Next to the temple is this sort of museum with like exhibitions of textiles and archaeology, but after seeing Palenque yesterday, I think I'm good with that. So with that, we're gonna leave this part of San Cristobal and head back to the center. About maybe a couple blocks down south from the Templo de Santo Domingo, we've arrived back to the central area. We're currently at the Zócalo, or the main plaza. You can see right behind me, that's sort of the main gazebo, and right behind me is the cathedral, the main cathedral of San Cristobal, along with the square there, but the church is closed. So that kind of sucks. That's also under restoration, so I honestly have no clue what else there is to see in San Cristobal. But currently, early in the morning, it's really quiet here in the Zócalo. I mean, if you were to go to Mexico City, the Zócalo will be packed and busy, but here in San Cristobal, it's nice, it's charming, it's quiet, it's tranquil, it's beautiful. But I think there's some other things we can continue to see, so we're gonna keep heading south from the central part here of San Cristobal. Well, by some miracle, we've actually found something that's open in San Cristobal. It's a church that is open, and it's been around since the 1600s, and it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so seems like good news to me. This is the Temple of Our Lady of Carmen. Without a doubt, that has to be one of the oldest churches I've seen. It's made like wood, and you can tell it's really old. I mean, it was from the 1600s. It's not a very big church. It's actually a really small church. It's not, you know, golden ornamentations like Guadalajara or Mexico City. It's a nice sort of rural Pueblo-like church. Nothing really special about it, and I've kind of been churched out after seeing so many churches in Mexico. So for me, nothing really special. Next to the church is something really interesting. It's the Arch of El Carmen. It's supposed to be the arch for the church, and in the past it was designed to be the bell tower. Nowadays it's just an arch, but also because of restoration and COVID, it's closed, so we can't even go through the arch anyways. So this entire area, at least the church is open, but everything else is closed. There's also a cultural center right next to the church, but other than that, everything is unfortunately mostly closed. With that, we are going to end San Cristobal. There's not really much to see anymore because most of it's closed, and we're actually going to leave San Cristobal on a half-day trip, so let's go ahead and get to it.
Gracias.
Hasta luego. About a 20-minute colectivo ride east of San Cristobal, we've arrived at probably one of the most exciting things I'm excited for here in Chiapas, because this is a beautiful place. This place is known as El Arcotete. Now, the El Arcotete is kind of like this huge ecological park east of San Cristobal, and it's kind of like, as you can see, we're kind of in a jungle sort of thing. We're back in the mountains of Chiapas, in the jungle rainforest. There's no signal out here. We're kind of, you know, back in nature. Now, the reason it's called Arcotete is because it's named after this French guy called Arcotete, and this place apparently has some connection to a love story. He apparently met a girl here in San Cristobal, and it's like a Romeo and Juliet thing. I think they died at the end. It's a very sad story, but that's usually how all the love stories in Mexico tend to go. The same thing in Guanajuato with the alleyway of the kisses, but this place is beautiful. Now, most people come here because there is a beautiful spot here, which is this cave system, and inside the cave there's like a huge arch. So we're gonna go check that out. But when you just enter here, you can see right behind me, you've got like a little area, you've got a restaurant. It's really, really nice and just really peaceful. People come here for the weekend to enjoy. But we're gonna go down and hopefully see that arch soon. Literally just like 5 minutes walking from that main parking lot, you get to the main thing that everybody comes here for, and I have to say this is probably one of the most beautiful views in probably all of Mexico. This is the Stone Arch. Right now is that there's nobody. Earlier there were a couple of people who came down, but then they left. So if you wait around for a little bit, you can basically have this place to yourself. The arch is incredible. It's massive, and water is running through it. The water is super, super clear. It's not like crystal clear blue, but it's clear enough that you can see it. On the edges there, you can see it's a little bit muddy, but it's really, really nice. And when you're just walking in, it's just such a big area. I mean, you can just see how massive this cave is. It is incredible to me. And this is only like, what, 20 minutes, half an hour away from San Cristobal? But not many people come here, but it's absolutely stunning. It's just beautiful. The thing is, it's also a little bit chilly because we're at a higher elevation, we're in a cave, we're in the mountains, we're out of the city, so it is a little bit cold. My hands are like numb because it's so cold, but absolutely worth it for this exceptional view. Quick hike up from the arch, that stone arch, you get here, which is the viewpoint over Arcotete, the park, and it's incredible. I mean, all this jungle and everything, the forest here in Chiapas. With the sun shining, it's not as cold anymore, but it's just amazing. To me, this place is incredible. The view is amazing, but we're gonna go on to the other side of the arch now, and I think that's where the entrance of the caves are. Well, we've made it onto the other side of the arch. You can see that the arch is right there behind me, but it's just beautiful and stunning. And the entrance to the caves are right here. You have to pay 15 pesos per person, which is outside of the entrance fee into Arco Tete. So we're gonna pay that, and we're gonna go head right into the cave. Well, we've paid the 15 pesos to enter, and it's now time to explore the caves of Arco Tete. Let's go inside. It looks dark in there, but should be exciting, should be an adventure. This has got to be one of the coolest cave systems I've been to. So much to do, so much to explore, and just so many places to go. A lot of these stalactites and stalagmites have just all connected together, as you can probably see, but totally worth the 15 pesos. There's still so much to explore. There's even a viewpoint. We're gonna go up there and see what that's. Turns out the second flight of stairs takes you to even more viewpoints, and interestingly, they're like a bunch of little caves, and they've sort of named them. So there's a couple rocks that look like alien heads. They call those like the alien heads. There's one that supposedly looks like Spider-Man. I don't know why. I can't see the Spider-Man, but maybe if you do, you can comment down below. But they've got some creative names in here for some of the rocks and some of the not carvings, but cave systems inside. It's really interesting how they created all these creative names for all the different rocks. I mean, some of them I can see, some of them not so much. Well, we've left the cave system, and boy does it feel good to have my back extended again. We're currently walking on a suspension bridge. It's pretty scary because, well, it shakes. That's the whole point, and it's not an easy walk to do. It kind of looks like I'm walking drunk, but it is quite the experience. Another interesting thing to do here in Arco Tete, other than just see the arch, the caves, and all the other things you can do here, is actually to take a boat ride. So on this river right here, they offer a boat ride for 20 pesos. Now, it's not a lot, but I don't feel like doing it today. I've been on a lot of boats, and it just takes you along the river. It's really nice. Like I said, this is a place that people who live in San Cristobal usually come for a weekend, a nice getaway from the city, and honestly, it's an amazing place to get away from the hustle and bustle. It's serene, it's quiet, it's peaceful, and the scenery is just stunning. You've got pine trees. You're in the jungle of Chiapas. But for now, I think we're gonna walk around a little bit, and then we're probably gonna leave this ecological park. Just like that, a 10 peso and maybe 20-minute bus ride later, we're back in the center of San Cristobal. There's no rain. It's a miracle. It is truly an absolute miracle. But we're gonna walk around a little bit and see what else there is to do. Now, 20 to 30 minutes on a bus gets you all the way to Arco Tete, the ecological park. But 20 to 30 minutes walking from the center of San Cristobal gets you to one of the most important and beautiful churches here in San Cristobal. This is the Templo de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe. This temple is actually a really unique temple. It's built on the top of the hill, so it's an amazing viewpoint of the entire town of San Cristobal. Inside it's pretty simple, but for me what really makes it beautiful is that this is where locals really go. I was waiting outside for a couple minutes because they were doing mass inside, and then they came out and they were eating tamales and everything. The community, the spirit here is so nice. The energy, it's local, you know, people still come here. It's not just some museum or church or something like that. The sun is going to be setting here, and it's the perfect place to watch the sunset because we're on the east side of the city. The viewpoint faces west, and you have the entire city west of the church, and it's just stunning. So we're just going to stay here. It's getting a little bit chilly. The wind is blowing. We're also at a higher elevation, but with the sun it shouldn't be terrible. So we're just going to wait here and enjoy the sunset and watch the beautiful town from above here. And just like that, the sun has basically set here in San Cristobal. It's almost like 7:30, but the things we're in the higher in the mountains, so the sun sets a little bit earlier, and it's getting pretty cold, but it's beautiful. The clouds have sort of blocked the sun, so that's about it for today. That's gonna be all I have for you guys in today's video here from San Cristobal de Las Casas. I have to say, the town itself is pretty small. The only thing that really sucks is that because of the pandemic and restorations, everything is closed. So a lot of the main churches, the cathedrals and stuff, they're all closed. But we were fortunate enough to visit two cathedrals here, the one right behind me, and then there was another one. But for me, the best part about today wasn't actually San Cristobal itself, but it's the Arcotete Park, which is just stunning. Like, in my opinion, if you're gonna spend a day here in San Cristobal, I would much rather go there than stay in San Cristobal, because San Cristobal itself is actually quite touristy. You've got a lot of nice restaurants and stuff like that. It's a good place to walk around. But if you're looking for things that are unique here to San Cristobal, to Chiapas, Arcotete is the place to go. It's absolutely stunning. But that's it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. San Cristobal is beautiful, but we've got more stops here in Mexico, and I can't wait to share them with you guys in the upcoming videos. So make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.